Is Georgia closing in on landing a top-tier QB? We got UGA insider Rusty Mansell on the show. He's going to tell us more about the Dogs' QB situation. Also, it's been a week since Justice Terry flipped his commitment from Georgia to USC. I want to know if Kirby is still going to pursue the five-star defensive lineman. And finally, priority offensive line target Mason Short is set to make a final decision later this week. Will it be the Dogs? That's why we got Rusty out. He's going to tell us everything we need to know. But first, UGA fans, don't miss out on any of these recruiting nuggets. Make sure you're subscribed to the On3 Recruits channel. Lock in right now for me. Okay, let's bring on Rusty Mansell from Dogs HQ. Rusty, I said it. It's been 1 week since UGA fans woke up to the big news when five-star Justice Terry flipped to USC. What's been going on over the course of the last week? Has there been any contact? And do you think that he's going to come back to campus now that he's committed to USC?
Oh, definitely will be back on campus. Jeremy Johnson confirmed he would be back on campus at some point. And I think most people, even the USC fan base, would probably think, yeah, he's going to be back on campus. But I was told the next day there was communication between Georgia's staff, him, his parents. Kirby Smart's been there and done this before. They're not just going to quit. You know that it doesn't matter where you go. Like USC wouldn't recruit him because he was committed to Georgia. This is going to be a long one. It's going to be a big battle. Certainly a major target for Georgia, committed there for a year already. And this one will be one to watch as it goes, and certainly expect him on campus in Athens multiple times over the next few months.
Yeah. Another one to watch is Isaiah Gibson, the elite edge right in Georgia's backyard, committed to USC, along with Justice Terry last weekend. And this weekend he was in Gainesville. So is it kind of the same deal with him? Do you expect him to be back on campus?
Yeah, I think Isaiah Gibson will be in Athens at least a couple of times as well. And he was like you just said, he was already in Gainesville on a visit to Florida. He's been verbally committed for a week. You know how these things go. June will be very important, these official visits, see kind of where these kids are, kind of reset the summer. But I do expect Isaiah Gibson and Justice Terry in Athens at least a couple of times between now and July.
All right. Now the QB board, it's about to get interesting because Georgia is going to get the final pitch to quarterback Matt Zollers. Now, that'll be on Tuesday. Now, the four-star QB was at Penn State over the weekend. He'll be at Bama tomorrow, Monday, and then Georgia on Tuesday. And then he's going to make his decision on Thursday. So we're about a week out, give or take. So what are you hearing when it comes to Matt Zollers and where he fits in this UGA QB board?
I tell you what, man, I've made a lot of calls on him this weekend. I've talked to a lot of people in the On3 network. I just got off the phone with our Penn State insider, Sean Fitz, right before I shot this video, talking to him. And the one consistent thing is I don't think anybody really knows. And I don't think this young man's decision is final right now. I know that Missouri set the bar really high on their visit, had a really good visit with his family. He finished up a visit with Penn State this weekend. I heard that one well. He'll be at Alabama on Monday and Georgia on Tuesday. If you want to look for any positive, Georgia gets the last shot at him. They get the last face-to-face contact with him before he makes his decision on Thursday. So how's this thing going to go? I don't think anybody knows right now, but I do think Georgia has done a really good job of showing him he's a priority. Mike Bobo went up there and offered him on the spot in person after watching him throw at a workout at the school. So we'll see how this week goes. But Josh, I'm pretty confident right now that nobody really knows where he's going outside of that household.
So what he does on Thursday could impact other prospects, including Ryan Montgomery.
Yes.
Most notably, Juju Lewis. So whatever happens, let's say if Matt Zollers commits to Georgia or doesn't commit to Georgia, does that affect the way Georgia recruits Juju Lewis moving forward?
Let me tell you this on a bigger picture. This is one of the first big dominoes that falls in the quarterback board. Wherever he goes, it's going to change boards for different schools.
Right.
If Georgia gets Matt Zollers, obviously I would think the chances are slim they end up with Juju Lewis because these two kids are cool. And Juju Lewis is committed to USC as well. So I do think this, for several schools and everybody is involved, this is a major quarterback domino in the 2025 class when he makes this decision.
Yeah, because it's not just going to affect Penn State, Bama, Pitt. I mean, Missouri, Florida, South Carolina, Colorado. Everybody is going to feel the effects of the decision of Matt Zollers one way or another. So, like you said, really interesting getting down to this one.
Yes.
Yeah, what's that, Rusty?
Yeah, it's a big domino here. There's a lot of quarterbacks. The boards are going to shift play when this decision goes down and it's going to trickle down on some other quarterbacks for their decisions. So it'll be interesting to see how this one ends later this week.
All right. Speaking of later this week, the last thing I want to talk to you about, interior offensive lineman, the number 13 ranked interior offensive lineman in America, top 250 overall, Mason Short, who decommitted from Alabama after the Nick Saban retirement. He'll make his second final announcement this Friday. Where does Georgia stand in this one?
I like where Georgia is right now. I haven't talked to Mason Reed. I don't have a story where he's going. I just talked to a lot of people around him, and it's really got down to a Georgia-Clemson battle, which has really been Matt Luke versus State. I told you about a month ago, there's a lot of common battles going on with those two guys for some prospects. This will be one of the first decisions made, and just talking to people close to him, talking to people at Evans High School, I think Georgia's in a really good spot right now going into this decision. And I know that Georgia really never let up on him. Even when he committed to Alabama, he was in Athens for multiple visits. They never really let off of him, and we'll see if it pays off later this week for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a really formidable week. I'm not going to say make or break. It's way too early for it to do a make or break week for Georgia. But with Matt Zollers' decision on Thursday, Mason Short coming off the board on Friday, when we get to Saturday, we're going to know a lot more about the direction of this UGA recruiting class come Saturday after the dust settles a little bit. What a week to be locked into Dogs HQ. Rusty Mansell, appreciate your time today on the Inside Scoop.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed that, go check out the hundreds of videos that we have on this channel, and also do me a favor, hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel.